Well folks, here's today's Advent video, a demonstration of this absolutely hideous looking Goblin 1000. Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but a lot of people commented on this video when I first unboxed this Goblin and said how ugly it was, and some also compared it to a Star Wars Stormtrooper. I don't know why. This is absolutely huge. It's massive, and it's I think it's from the 80s or very early 90s. Anyway, I do remember seeing this in the Argos catalogues. This is going to a new home, I think. Probably will have found a new home by the time you see this. So I thought, well, I haven't done a demo of this, so I thought it'd be the last chance. It's going to a new home, a collector, so it should be well looked after, and he may be able to fix the issues. One of the issues with this machine, I've not really done much with it. I've cleaned it up a bit, but the automatic cord rewind doesn't work on this cleaner, but the motor sounds fine. It's got all the tools. So anyway, we'll have a closer look at the Goblin, and then I'll put some dirt down. So here are the tools that came with it, and I think they are complete, and they're quite large tools as well, and I think it uses a larger diameter tube. I think it could be 35, it could be even 36. It looks pretty big, certainly not 32. This is a very big dusting brush, but fairly soft brushes. And then you've got your upholstery nozzle for your upholstery, stairs and curtains. Your crevice nozzle, sort of a average length for a machine from this period. And on to the crevice nozzle we can put the radiator brush, fits on the end there, and that's for doing down the backs of your radiators, in between the radiator, the fins inside the double radiators. That helps dislodge any dirt, any fluff that might have gathered there. You can actually still buy bags for this. I've just bought this. These came today actually. These aren't genuine obviously, but they look more or less the same. They're just I think the single layered paper bags. So yeah, eBay, they were pretty cheap. So there's a pack of 5 bags for the new owner. This, which I nearly threw away when I first unboxed the machine, is a closure plate, and it's just made of cardboard, and you're supposed to put this when you're using the machine without the bag. It does have a cloth bag inside, which I'll show you, which has washed up very well. It was filthy. I machine washed it and it hasn't shrunk or anything. So when you're using it without a paper bag, you need to fit this onto the top, but probably best to use it with the bags. This is the carpet and floor nozzle that came with the machine, and again I think this is the original one that would have been supplied. I've seen this in Argos catalogue scans. You can find them on the internet, and I'm pretty sure it's got this nozzle. It's cleaned up. I haven't gone to town really with this. The base plate's cleaned up fairly well, as you can see, but I've not really got all the muck out from the brushes. If the new owner wants to sit of an evening in front of the television picking out all the muck from that, he's welcome to do it, but because I'm selling this on, I thought I won't bother. But it's a pretty bog standard head, isn't it? Metal base plate, you've got your litter pickers as well as the brush that goes more or less all the way around, apart from where you've got the edge cleaning, and you've got your foot operated pedals. So the brush up for your carpets, and of course down for your hard floors. I couldn't see how to remove the hose from this machine. I tried and tried, and I couldn't find a way of removing it. So in order to wash the hose, and the hose has actually been through the washing machine with several other hoses, I just had to untwist it. You just have to hold it here at the collar and then just untwist it, and it came away. But this part, I've no idea if that's supposed to come off, but I certainly couldn't get it off. And when I actually got the cleaner, I'll put a link to the initial unboxing. When this cleaner was first delivered, the tubes were fused together, which explains the rather unusual packaging I opened in the original unboxing. But I managed, it didn't take too much effort, I did manage to prise them apart, mainly using the twist method. So now they come apart quite easily, and I've given them a bit of a clean and a polish with metal polish, so they look better than they did before. But as I said, I haven't really gone to town on this. I've just cleaned the exterior of the machine, but I haven't taken anything apart. As I say, it's going to a new collector, so if he wants to strip it and do it properly, he's more than welcome to do that. Here's the back of the cleaner where we have the exhaust vent, and rather unusually we've got 4 wheels for some reason. It doesn't really move very well on the wheels when it's in this position, so I suppose it does. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but anyway, you certainly couldn't pull it along by the hose with these wheels because it would just topple over, I think. It does have a little bit of damage to this, which one is it? Not that one, there we are. That wheel there, the plastic is damaged, so that might be able to be fixed somehow with some sort of a metal bracket screwed in, but the wheel doesn't come off, it is in there because it is being held in place at the other side, so it still works. And we can see that this cleaner is actually made in Italy according to this label, and it's Goblin 1000 serial number 105 622 240 volts 50 hertz. Nothing really fancy here. You've just got your bog standard auto cord rewind pedal, but as I said, the cord rewind doesn't work on this machine. And you've got your on-off switch and a bag check indicator that does seem to glow most of the time the machine's on, but only faintly. But when the bag is full or the machine becomes blocked, that glows, I think, red rather than amber. And it's just an absolutely huge machine. You've got exposed screws, and I think they are original. That's not been fixed on this sort of furniture guard. And underneath you can see 2 swivel casters. Again, they do look odd. I'm not sure if they're original, but they're certainly well fitted into the base of this cleaner. And of course you've got the 2 rear wheels here, 2 of the 4 rear wheels. You see that's the one that's broken. So the machine does sort of move along, but it is very tank-like. To get to the bag, we've got this rather large button that I suppose you could operate with your foot as well. I'm not sure why you would. Would it open like this? Well, you can push it with your foot, but you've still got to put the machine on its end to access the bag. So the bag is located in here. I've put a new bag inside. As you see, it is just a single walled paper bag. I believe you would still keep the cloth bag in place, which will add an extra layer of filtration, but you can, as I said earlier, you can use the machine with just a cloth bag, providing you put this closure plate. It's, as I say, it's only made of cardboard, so if you were taking this off and on quite a few times, you'd think they'd make it out of plastic, be a bit more robust, but that's how you'd use it with the washable, well, I don't know if it is supposed to be washable, but the cloth bag, and then of course you just close it. But as you can see, if you remember the first video, and I'll put a link, as I said, if you want to see me unboxing this, that was very dirty. I vacuumed it first, and then it went through, I can't remember what wash, I don't know if it was a 50-degree wash. I thought, what the heck? But it did come, as you can see, very, very clean, so I'm quite pleased with that, and it hasn't actually shrunk at all. And inside, I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a filter in there, but there is a grill here that looks like there is a filter that should slot in, but you can get something to fit that. I don't think original filters will be available, so you can just get something. Again, I'm going to leave it like that, so the new owner can do what he wants with it. So I'll pop the cloth bag back in, and we'll pop in one of these bags, and this is the bag I'll be using for the demo. We'll see if this actually works, this Goblin. Can't think it would have been very popular, the size of it, but anyway, would have been a fairly budget model. I like the way though it fits very, very tightly into there. It's a little bit awkward to get in, but once it's in, that is a very good fit. And you've also got this seal. Now that has perished a bit, so I won't touch it too much. Underneath there's some foam that came off, but foam in a vacuum, if anything made of foam, or you know, a lot of the filters, they do perish after a time, so you do have to normally replace them with something else. But there we go, so that's the machine. Let's switch it on, put some dirt down, and then it'll be packed away into a box and shipped off to its new owner. Now then folks, is this Goblin going to gobble up all the dirt? Well, I have no idea, let's hope so. Okay, it's got a new bag in, let's give it a go. Well, I've made 4 passes instead of the usual once forward and back, and yeah, it hasn't done bad with all the larger particles, but this carpet looks pretty grubby still. It's left a lot of the fine loose leaf tea. I think didn't really feel much suction going on either, didn't seem to grip the carpet. I'll give it another go anyway, over the middle a couple of times. Well, it's had a good go at it, hasn't it? But it's a bit mediocre really, this cleaner. I can't see anyone wanting to use this as their daily vacuum. Anyway, I will endeavour to pick up the rest of this dirt, and then that'll be the end of this Advent video. Do you know what? Oh, hello Daisy. It hasn't done that badly at all. It seems to have lost a lot of suction towards the end, and there are a few bits that I've left, but if I'd continued cleaning for a bit longer, I think I would have picked everything up, wouldn't I? I would have, Daisy. Yes, I would. But as I said, I think the suction has dropped off considerably. Let's have a look at the bag anyway, finally, and we'll see how much of the dust has actually passed through the paper bag and dirtied up the cloth bag. So let's have a look. It's quite well packed in there. And still, I'd say maybe two-thirds full. Yeah, I was going to say 3/4 full, but it's about 2/3 full. Let's have a look at the cloth bag. That's not too bad, is it? That's still pretty clean. Maybe a little bit of dust has gone through, but not very much at all. So yeah, I don't have to. I'll give that a quick vacuum before I package it away and put a new bag in, obviously. But really, that's done far better than I expected it to. So there you go, that's the end of today's video. Possibly one of the ugliest vacuum cleaners I've shown you, but if you have an uglier vacuum cleaner, let me know in the comments. Perhaps there is some uglier cleaners. I mean, I have seen some pretty ugly cleaners in my time, and I've seen some very beautifully designed vacuums, but this one, it just reminds me of something you'd get from the Soviet Union, you know, in the 80s. It's just, well, what can I say? It's a monstrosity, but it picked up pretty well, all told. So I'm pretty surprised by that. So it was nice to give it a demonstration before I finally let this one go, because my collection was getting rather big. So obviously I have to let go of some of them, and someone else can enjoy them. Tune in same time tomorrow for another Advent video. There's still time if you want to contribute to my Amazon wish list. There's a link to that below, and if you choose something, don't forget to put a little gift message, and then I can read your message out during my Christmas Day unboxing extravaganza. So until tomorrow, thanks for watching, and I'll see you, well, tomorrow. Bye for now.